Each year, thousands of law enforcement survivors, officers, and supporters gather in Washington, D.C. on May 11th through May 17th for the events of National Police Week. Please join the thousands of survivors who have trusted the guidance of Concerns of Police Survivors when navigating National Police Week for more than 4 decades. C.O.P.S is devoted to supporting you as you plan this trip to Washington, D.C., and this video is meant to help you understand and plan for National Police Week by outlining the week's events and offering vital tips for you. For easy reference, here's a quick look at the week. May 11th and 12th are arrival days for survivors and officers. The afternoon of May 12th is the Law Enforcement United Bike Ride arrival, as well as the Police Unity Tour Bike Ride arrival. On the evening of the 13th, the Candlelight vigil, hosted by the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund, is held on the National Mall. The 14th brings the opening of the National Police Survivors Conference, hosted by C.O.P.S, as well as the C.O.P.S Blue Honor Gala that evening. The 15th is the National Peace Officers Memorial Service, hosted by the Grand Lodge of the Fraternal Order of Police and Auxiliary. The 16th is the second day of the National Police Survivors Conference, with the Blue Family Barbecue to finish off the evening. May 17th is the suggested departure day. The surviving family will be accompanied by an escort officer at multiple events. If your agency has not already registered an escort officer, that should be done as soon as possible. This officer can be the head of the agency, a support team member, or a coworker who was close to the fallen officer. C.O.P.S recommends that it is someone the family is comfortable with, as the escort officer's responsibility will be accompanying the surviving family during National Police Week events. Now, let's do a full breakdown of the week's events. Plan on arriving in D.C. on May 11th or 12th. Please note that transportation is only provided from Reagan National Airport to C.O.P.S hotels. Arriving on the 11th gives you extra time to see the sights and get answers to any questions you may still have about the week. It also gives you a chance to relax before this busy and emotional week gets into full swing. On the 12th, there are 2 law enforcement bike rides arriving. Law Enforcement United donates money raised to survivors through C.O.P.S programs, and the Police Unity Tour donates money raised to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Wall. More details on these rides will be available in the information book that you will receive upon check-in. If you cannot arrive on the 11th, please plan to arrive on the 12th, as these are the only days where transportation is provided from Reagan National Airport to C.O.P.S hotels. On the 13th, the Candlelight vigil will begin at 8:00 p.m. This will be the first major event where the agency-assigned escort officer will accompany the surviving family. Busing will be provided from C.O.P.S hotels to the ceremony. The vigil is held outside in any weather, so please be sure to pack accordingly. The 14th kicks off the first day of the National Police Survivors Conference. We strongly urge you to attend these sessions. It's a chance to meet other survivors and find support. There will be sessions specifically designed for both family survivors and coworkers. These sessions are offered specifically for your benefit using the experience of thousands of survivors and the challenges you are likely facing. Also on the 14th is the first day of the Kids, Teens, and Daycare programs. Pre-registration for these programs is mandatory. Details on eligible participants are listed on the National Police Week section of the C.O.P.S national website. On the evening of the 14th is the C.O.P.S Blue Honor Gala. This black tie event brings together survivors, law enforcement personnel, and supporters for a night of honor, remembrance, fellowship, and fun. If you would like to attend the celebration, tickets must be pre-purchased. On the 15th, the National Peace Officers Memorial Service will be held on the west front lawn of the U.S. Capitol. This is the second major event where the surviving family will be accompanied by an assigned escort officer. Buses will once again be provided from C.O.P.S hotels. Please prepare for a long day outside, since this event is also held in any weather. Busing will be provided to the memorial wall for the wreath placement immediately following the service. The 16th brings the second day of the National Police Survivors Conference. Don't forget that this conference is your chance to find the support from other law enforcement survivors who understand your grief. There will be valuable sessions tailored to you. More information about these sessions can be found in the National Police Week information book that you'll receive at check-in, or on the National Police Week app, which will be made available before you arrive. The 16th is also the second day of the Kids, Teens, and Daycare programs. Once again, pre-registration for these programs is mandatory. The evening of the 16th finishes with the Blue Family Barbecue at the Washington Hilton. C.O.P.S provides dinner, music, and activities. It's a great time to relax from the week's events and to connect with other survivors and officers in an informal setting. Plan to leave D.C. on the 17th. Details on options for transportation back to Reagan International Airport will be listed in your information book. Once again, please trust the organizations that have been planning National Police Week for over 40 years. C.O.P.S has secured rooms at several D.C. area hotels. To receive the discounted rate and transportation from C.O.P.S hotels, you must pre-register by March 31st at 4:30 p.m. Central Time. You can fill out the form at concernsofpolicesurvivors.org by clicking on the National Police Week button and hitting Register Now. Finally, if you, your family members, or coworkers of the fallen officer are struggling with your grief, please consider attending one of the C.O.P.S hands-on programs. At these programs, survivors from around the country come together to support and help each other through their grief. For more information, visit concernsofpolicesurvivors.org or call the national office at 573-346-4911.